Growing up, I did not want kids. I didn't want kids at all. I have a sister, and there's a 12-year gap between us, and I had to take care of her a lot, so I definitely did not want kids. Never saw myself as a mother. When I first became pregnant, I was 18. Well, I was only 16 weeks my first pregnancy, and I hadn't really had any complications prior to the weeks before. I just wasn't feeling really well one day, and I sneezed, and there was just this big gush of water. And I got rushed to the hospital, and they told me that my water broke. Right after I had my baby, I didn't hear anything. I was in so much pain that I didn't know that I heard that it was a boy, but I didn't get a chance to see him alive. This time with my twin pregnancy, I was considered high risk. My doctor wanted to keep a closer eye on my pregnancy, so I was going to the doctor more often. And for the most part, I never had any complications or anything. It was, just one day I didn't feel right. It felt kind of strange. And so I called my doctor and, told her what was going on. And she wanted me to come in just to ease my mind. And when I got there, they told me that I was going into premature labor again. The third time that I became pregnant, I was nervous. I was scared. That's not the direction that my husband and I were trying to go in. So instead of going to the doctor and honestly being excited, I ended up going to a pregnancy test center. And they did confirm that I was pregnant, and they did an ultrasound. And they told me then that they didn't see a baby. But I was just still hoping that, things would turn out right, and they ended up not turning out right. The church that I went to previously, we just kind of grew up and wanted more out of life, especially after having all of those pregnancies and, never really having a baby. Seeing Pastor Mike actually showing us in the Bible, where things were and explaining it, and everybody had notepads and pencils and stuff like that. That caught my attention, and I wanted to go back because I wanted to know more. I didn't know anything really about the Bible, before coming to Faith Chapel. About 8 years after my last pregnancy, it was about October 2015, I was at work, and for some reason I just tuned into the Faith Chapel app, and I came across Minister Deborah Blaylock's message on the power of the tongue, and it absolutely changed my life, knowing that I needed to start speaking different in my life. Just gave me a new perspective on life. It definitely renewed my mind, and the Spirit of God spoke to me and said that it's time to have a baby. For some reason, I Googled scriptures on pregnancy right there at work, and Exodus 23:26 came up. It said, "None shall lose their child to miscarriage or be barren in the land." I realized then that I was entitled to be a mother. I thought that God was telling me that I had something else to do, but I realized that it was Satan's attack the entire time, every single pregnancy. So I ended up making a confession. From there, every single day, I confessed that I would have a healthy, successful, full-term pregnancy, that I would have a healthy baby. I got my husband involved. By December 2015, I was pregnant. Being a mother, it's a lot of times there are so many days, just about every day, I look at him and I just cry. I just feel like I can do it. God is awesome, and I can do anything after going through what I went through. And now having him, I just feel like there's nothing I can't do. With every aspect in my life now, I just trust God.